What's up? It's your girl, Spiritual Life Phoenix, and I'm here with a couple of shadow work spiritual sessions where you can catch me on YouTube and now Instagram. Today, y'all, we gonna cover a subject called coveting. That's one of the 10 Commandments. And as you know, I'm one of those people that do shadow work according to the laws that the Most High gave us, unlike the church. So this is not a religious channel, darling. So if you have a problem with the way that I speak, that I may throw out a couple of colorful words every once in a while, and I might say a couple of things that might ruffle your little feathers, you might want to not watch and go ahead on over there to that little channel where it's a little bit more safer for yourself, okay? But on to our shadow work sessions for the day, and some of us that have to work on a topic called coveting. Yeah, we have to ask ourselves, why are we not happy with the life that we have and the things that we got? Why is it that we always looking over somebody else's shoulders, somebody else's little fence to see what they got going on and not being happy with what we got? You understand what I'm saying? The Most High gave us all individual lives, and our individual lives are unique to our own experiences and our own choices. But some of us get a little upset with our choices that we make, and we look at our neighbor and say, I wish I had that. I want what he got. Why can't I have a woman like that? Why can't I have a husband like that? And then you find yourself getting to be friends with these people and, look at their life and hate them a little bit more and start to even interact with them to the point that you end up taking your best friend's husband or best friend's wife. Yeah, that's how far covenant to get your ass. All up into adultery, all up into stealing, honey. And stealing is not just taking stuff from the store. That can be stealing people's feelings for other folks too. That's how far covenant can take you. But you have to ask yourself, where did that come from? What's going on with me? Why is it that I'm looking at somebody else's situation and thinking it's better than my own? Why can't I be happy with my own situation? Those are the real big questions you need to ask yourself. And a lot of people don't want to sit down and have them conversations. And that's where you have to get into what I call my sessions. Shadow work sessions, my little black unicorn. You understand? Shadow work is serious. And when you look at a situation like coveting, you have to ask yourself these questions. What's so wrong with what I got? Why do I want somebody what somebody else has? Don't I realize all that glitters ain't gold? You might like your best friend's man, but you don't know what your best friend is putting up with to be with that man. Okay? See, sometimes you could cover it real hard and get over there inside that little yard and find out it ain't what you thought it was. You thought your girl was coming out happy and cute with her man all the time, and these are relationship goals that you thought you had, but you didn't know that your girlfriend was getting her ass whooped every night. Yeah. See, you don't get all that part when you're coveting after somebody else's stuff because your girlfriend is busy saying, oh girl, we're doing this and we're doing that, and she's not telling you the dark things that go on behind the scenes. You understand? Or what happens when she is with that particular man. Or your boy over here, he always getting the girls and he's doing this and this and that, and you think he got it going on and he got money, and if I get to be a drug dealer, if I sit up here and I do this or I do that, I crack cards, I'm going to be able to get a woman like that. Why would you want a woman that only wants you for your money anyway? That's a hoe. You understand what I'm saying? You gotta start thinking. Why is it that you keep looking over at other people's situations and thinking that they're better than yours? Most of the time when you think about it, ladies and gentlemen, they ain't no better. Sometimes those other people's situations are worse than yours. But you also have to think about it like this. Coveting people who covet and want to do it healthy. Coveting is no more than a person being a real janky ass opportunist. That's low bottom feeder opportunist. A stellar opportunist is a person that can see somebody like that and say, I can get somebody better than that don't belong to somebody. A true opportunist don't ever eat off of somebody else's plate, baby. They make their own opportunities. They step their game up, darling. And sometimes that's something that you're going to have to do. If you want a certain type of situation, a certain type of life, you're going to have to step your shit up, darling, for that space. The question is, do you got the juice to step up your game? See, that's the question. Or do you want to do it the bottom feeder way, the basic bitch way? You understand? And that is steal somebody else's stuff, which gets you into a whole bunch of areas that's going to end up with you, more than likely, excuse my language, getting fucked up. Okay? Now let's keep it 100. We all adults here, and that's what coveting gets you. Anytime you're looking at something that's not yours, you are definitely in the lane of getting fucked up at any given time. You get that equal opportunity ass whooping when you are in that line of coveting. So why don't we start looking at our neighbors and saying, you know what? If I want a better life like that or similar to that, because I don't want anything my neighbor has. I might see something that I particularly, you know what, I like that. I like her little house. I like this. I might look into a house that's similar to that or better than that. But I don't want her house or his car. See, that's different. That's a little bit of lunatic-y, and you need to check yourself because something may not be going on right up here. You know what I'm saying? The elevator might not be going all the way up to the top floor when it comes down to you want other people's things. But this is the reason why the Most High asked us not to covet in the first place. Because when you start coveting, it leads to areas where you can get yourself hurt. You know, like people when they steal you and you covet, you might want to steal. You get the urge to possibly steal. And then you might, if you steal the wrong shit from the wrong person, somebody might get the urge to kill your ass. Or you might get the urge to kill them for what they have, depending on how deep that covenant goes. Yeah, see, you have to understand the Ten Commandments was something that the Most High asked us to do on this planet. And that's all He asked us to do. Everything else in religion is been extra, girl and boy. Honey, everything else has been extra. All the hating on the different races, all the hating on, you know what I'm saying, people who are of other sexual persuasions and things like that. Yeah, all that's extra. The Most High never had any of that inside His Ten Commandments. He literally sat up there and said, be good to one another. Why don't we try doing that, ladies and gentlemen, as a human race on the planet? Let's try that. Shall we, kids? And on that note, I'll see you all in my next Shadow Work Spiritual Sessions, where we handle some more other topics that I think the world needs to hear these days, all right? And on that note, my little black unicorns can be any kind of color, honey. Chinese, black, whatever, Indian. Unicorns are magical creatures, honey. And black unicorns are the mysterious kind. Check out my channel. You'll find out exactly what a black unicorn is. Talk to you all soon. Bye.